Now we are going to learn about the motion of connected bodies. Look at the diagram. Here two bodies are connected. Now we have to compare the diagram as well as the title. Here look at that. These two bodies are connected by means of a string. These two blocks, they are connected by a string. That string that is allowed to pass through the pulley, groove of the pulley. Here as soon as the masses are added, what will happen? There will be a movement of the masses towards downward direction, either in the upward direction or in the downward direction. That's why it is mentioned as vertical motion. Here look at the two masses. This is mass number 1, this is mass number 2. As per the textbook assumption, mass number 1 is greater than mass number 2. Are you clear? Here, on both the two masses, gravitational force is acting towards downward direction. The gravitational force acting on mass number 1 is m1g. The gravitational force acting on the second mass is m2g. Always tension will be acting towards the point of suspension. Here T is acting towards upward direction. Here also tension is acting towards the upward direction. Tension is acting through the string. Are you clear? Along the upward direction. Since mass m1 is greater, what will happen? The mass m1 that is moving towards downward direction. This one is pulled. Are you clear? Since the mass 1 it is moving towards downward direction, the acceleration of the mass 1, its direction must be drawn towards downward direction. Since the mass is m1 is pulling the mass m2, acceleration will be acting in the upward direction. Okay. Here in this case of mass 1, since it is moving towards downward direction, the direction of acceleration is a, that is acting towards downward direction. In the case of m2, since the mass moves in the upward direction, the acceleration direction must be taken in the upward direction. Note down. Look at all the directions. Only then we are able to derive certain things. Here, what is our aim? What we are going to do? We are going to derive the expression for the acceleration which is acting on both the two bodies. Next thing is we have to derive the expression for tension. The tension throughout the string is same. Are you clear? We are going to derive the acceleration expression for both mass 1 and mass m2. One acceleration is acting towards downward direction, another acceleration is acting towards upward direction. So the tension expression, acceleration expression, both of them must be derived. For that we have to draw the free body diagram. Okay, first I will draw the free body diagram for mass m1. First you put a dot here. This mass object must be drawn like a point. Nearby you write m1. Are you clear? The force m1g must be drawn towards downward direction. Here the tension must be drawn towards upward direction. So this is the free body diagram for which one? This mass m1. In the same manner you have to draw the free body diagram for mass m2. This m2 must be represented like a point mass, and then m2g is drawn towards downward direction, and then tension is drawn towards upward direction. First let us calculate the expression for acceleration. First we will use the mass number 1. Are you clear? With the help of the free body diagram we can derive certain equations. In the case of mass number 1, I am going to apply Newton's second law. Are you clear? How will you apply? Look at that. We know the formula for Newton's second law. Always net force can be calculated by using the formula F is equal to m into A. Apply the free body diagram expressions for mass m1. Okay. How will you write? Here m1g, that is acting towards a negative y direction. Therefore, we have to write m1g minus j cap. It is acting in the upward direction, that is along y direction, plus t j cap must be written, y plus, it is acting towards positive y direction. If these two forces are added, you will get the net force. Net force can be calculated. This net force formula is already known. Are you clear? In this net force, that A is there. Look at the A that is acting along upward direction. In the case of mass m1, the acceleration is acting along downward direction. Are you clear? Again I will write m1g minus j cap plus t j cap is equal to, instead of F net, which one must be substituted? MA must be substituted. But we are considering which mass? M1 mass. In the case of M1 mass, how the acceleration acts? Acceleration is acting towards downward direction. Downward direction means in the negative y direction. Therefore, we have to write it as minus j cap. Are you clear? The total forces, these two forces are added, that can be taken as F net. F net formula as per the Newton's second law is m into a, that was substituted. Here the acceleration of the moving body m1 is taking place towards downward direction, that is along negative y direction. Therefore, minus j cap is written. Are you clear? Now the j components alone, that must be alone to be taken. Are you clear? M1g, T, MA, they are all called as components of j. You write that one alone, all j can be cancelled. Now you can write M1g plus T, which is equal to MA minus, we can write like this. And then change the formula now. This one could be written as, if you change the sign, you will get M1g minus T, which is equal to MA. So like this we can write the equation for which one? This is the equation in the case of mass number 1. So let us write it as first equation. Are you clear? So everything is dealt only with the help of, only for mass m1. Now we are going to use the mass m2 for derivation. Let us take mass m2. Okay, you have to consider the mass m2 alone. m2g is acting along which direction? Negative y direction. Therefore, minus m2g, it is acting towards upward direction, that is along positive y direction. Therefore, what should be written? T, here the direction must be mentioned, no? M2g, it is acting along which direction? Negative y direction. Therefore, minus j cap must be written. Tension is acting along positive y direction, therefore j cap. Look at the acceleration direction. Here this one must be equal to the net force. Again we are using the Newton's second law. Instead of this, you substitute MA. This portion is nothing but, if both are added, you will get net force. So even we can write for one more step, F net can be written. That F net is now how much? MA. Are you clear? That MA, in the case of acceleration, that is acting towards upward direction. Therefore, that can be written as j cap. So again I will write minus of m2g j cap plus t j cap, which is equal to ma j cap. Now we have to remove the components alone. Therefore, all j can be removed. Finally, you will get m2g plus t, which is equal to, this is mass m2, no? Therefore, m2 must be written. m2 a must be written. Are you clear? Now we are having two equations. We are having how many equations? Two equations are there. Here we can interchange the formula. T minus m2g is equal to m2a. So this equation can be taken as second equation. Okay. Now equation 1 and 2 both are written here. Now we have to add both equation 1 and 2. Okay. 1 and 2 both have to be added. add them now. m1g minus t plus t minus m2g, which is equal to m1a plus m2a. This 2t can be cancelled, they are in opposite sign. So what is the remaining thing? m1g minus m2g, which is equal to, this a can be taken as a common factor. So within the bracket we can write m1 plus m2. Here g is the common factor. Instead of that we can write g m1 minus m2. Here a is there. As I have told earlier, we can get the expression for acceleration. A is equal to g m1 minus m2 whole divided by, this factor can be written m1 plus m2. So this is the expression for acceleration. So by using this expression, we are able to derive the further derivations. Let us imagine when the two masses are same, you just assume when m1 is equal to m2, you substitute in the equation the upper factor, that one becomes 0. So on the whole, acceleration will be 0. Very interesting one. When m1 is equal to m2, as soon as both are loaded in the string, there won't be any movement either in the upward direction or in the downward direction. Both the two systems, they will be static. Mass m1 and mass m2, they won't move at all. There won't be any factor called acceleration when m1 is equal to m2. Are you clear? So it's a special case. Now we will derive the expression for tension. Okay, so the tension is acting on the string. No, on either side the tension is same. The tension expression can be derived with the help of the acceleration expression. This expression was already derived for the mass m2, and we have derived the expression for acceleration also. Now you substitute this a here, t minus m2g is equal to, instead of a, substitute this equation m1 minus m2 whole divided by m1 plus m2 g can be written, and bring this factor on the other side, g minus g t is equal to, this g can be multiplied here, m2g m1 minus m2 whole divided by m1 plus m2 can be written. If the factor is brought this side, that one becomes m2g. Are you clear? m2g is the common factor. Are you clear? m2g is the common factor, and this one can be separately written, m1 minus m2 whole divided by m1 plus m2, and this factor can be written within the bracket. If this one is written as a common factor, no, therefore 1 can be written. T is equal to m2g, take LCM, m1 plus m2, m1 minus m2, here we can write it as m1 plus m2. You know the other mathematical steps, I did not explain much about this. Okay, m2g is the common factor. Here within the bracket we can cancel the common factors. m1 can be m1, 2m1, you will get 2m1, m2 can be cancelled. So you will get 2m1 whole divided by which one? m1 plus m2. So we can write it as 2m1 m2g divided by m1 plus m2. So this is the expression for tension. So this much amount of tension is acting here also and there also. Are you clear? By knowing the value of masses and acceleration due to gravity, we are able to calculate the expression for the tension which is acting on either side. Okay. Here acceleration is also a vector, and we have to represent the direction of the acceleration in both the two strings. Are you clear? So here the acceleration is acting in this direction in the case of m2, there the acceleration is acting towards downward direction in the case of m1. So I will write the acceleration a vectorial representation for mass m1. In the case of mass m1, how will you represent the acceleration equation? Look at that. A is equal to, we have to write like the same expression, magnitude wise they are same, m1 minus m2 divided by m1 plus m2 can be written within the bracket, and g is also there. In the case of m1 I have to write, it is acting towards downward direction with the help of Cartesian coordinate system x and y, it is acting in the towards negative direction. Therefore minus j must be written. Are you clear? Therefore we have to write it as minus of m1 minus m2 whole divided by m1 plus m2, and j cap must be written. It shows that it is acting towards downward direction, that is along negative y direction. In the case of m2, the same acceleration, how will you represent? Same expression, m1 minus m2 divided by m1 plus m2, g must be written, but it is acting in the upward direction, that is along positive y direction. Therefore j cap must be written, positive j cap. Are you clear? So here negative j cap, here positive j cap. It shows that the acceleration direction is opposite in the two masses. Okay, so vectorially the acceleration is also represented in this case. Okay.